I would do stuff where I wasn't the best guy there, but people were like, man, Tony was ripping. But you see the Australian dude jump off the rafter? That was crazy. And then there was times where it got bigger and more dangerous. And there were times where I was standing on things, looking down, and I was like, you're going to die, dude. Like, this is way too far for you. And then I remember thinking, this is your chance. This is your shot. This is in a few years from now, in many years from now, you're going to look back and go, you should have gone for it, you because you did it, and people are going to remember you for it. My balls is totally moving, doing it moving, out there we never go. I've got the heart and desire, I'm on the road, I'm ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Get it down that you have it the king of the West. Welcome to the show. Hopefully, I feel good about it. I got to feel good about it, because if you don't feel good about it, then you're going to feel bad about it and feel bad about it, and then you get killed by a vending machine. What was the point? Isn't it crazy that people die from vending machines? I don't know if it's still true, but at one point, more vending machines killed more people a year than sharks. And when you see a vending machine, you think to yourself, look at tasty treats, depending what country you're in, or it could be used panties. But sharks, they really tell you. Like, you could be, I don't know, sometimes babies, like, reach for stuff where you're like, what are you, an idiot? You know, like, I'm sorry to bring my daughter into this, but when she was little, we went to, like, a reptile zoo thing, and she just kept reaching into things where I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you can't tell that snake is probably not friendly, but maybe she knew more than me, because no snake bit her, and maybe she sensed that the snake was friendly, because I've noticed from having snakes, there was a time there where I was very scared of snakes, but then I befriended the snake, and I hung out with the snake for a considerable amount of time, and I said considerable really fast. I could maybe be a SoundCloud rapper right now. But I noticed when I got really close to it that its eyes did start to show signs of friendly. And I was like, wait a minute, I think this snake is my friend. And then also this one time, not lying, one time I was in DC, like under DC, but in DC, with sharks. No, not lying, real sharks I was with, ladies and gentlemen. And sharks came up to me, and I was holding on to a rope, and I was in Hawaii. It's just tourists, you know what I mean? It's like, but you don't go in the tank in a cage. You go in the thing holding onto the rope, and then the sharks come over and they swim near. And these were not like great whites or tiger sharks or anything cool like that. But still, a shark, even if it's just a shark, I would say the only shark that sucks is a wobbly gong, which means it's a gummy shark, but they look cool still. But then gray noses are a little too fat. I don't like their shape. It's not mean enough. It's kind of like a Volkswagen Beetle. You know what I mean? I like cars, but like, you know, like, oh, here's a better one. Cybertruck. You know, Cybertruck, is it considered an automobile? Yeah. But is it a piece of shit? Yeah. And if you like it, are you a douche? Yeah. Sketches of automobiles. So I feel like these sharks might have been black tips. I don't know what they were. But they were shark-shaped. And they came up real close to me, and they were like 3, maybe 4 feet, because I don't know how it works in DC. Is the sea make it magnified, or is it just normal size when you look through your goggles in DC? Is a fish in DC the same size as it is, or is it a little bit bigger. You know when you look in a mirror and it says this thing could be bigger than what it seems in the mirror or whatever, so it's like that. But when I got real close to me and I saw him look at me, I was like, oh, he had dog's eyes, like a dog. And sure, is there dogs that will rip you apart? Yeah. But mainly, most dogs of all the world are pretty friendly and they really just want to be your friend. Like, I would say, on a ratio, Michael, what would you say dogs like people? Out of all dogs on the planet.
Well, and I'm not a huge dog person.
Right.
All that having been said, I'm now...
You have a dog and you're in a living hell and have been ever since.
No, actually, I kind of love my dog these days.
It's funny how they do that because he got you, didn't he?
And he
broke you.
He's a nice... I feel the same way about my dog that I feel about my kids. I don't think I like dogs or kids. I like my dog and I like my kids.
Yeah.
Because we are fully immersed in the dog community around me, and I have not taken anything like a liking to anybody else's dog. Like I have.
You're not like Michael Jackson, where you see God in children's eyes.
No, I don't. I sure as heck don't. Not only would I say that most,
I see germs in children's eyes.
Yeah, and on their fingers and on their mouths and smeared around their faces.
Yeah.
I would say most dogs love people, and even the small percentage that maybe do not, it's not their fault. Like Will Hunting.
Because one bad person did it to
exactly.
them. Right.
Yeah, right.
So we did a podcast the other day and it didn't work.
Such a good show. Easily the best show we
It was
did.
probably the best show I've ever done, for
It's
sure.
a goddamn shame.
You're going to have to take our word for it. We're the greatest podcasters on the planet, because you'll never see the light of... That one's never going to see the light of day.
Straight fire.
Did you say straight fire?
That's the only way I can describe it.
Wow, that's really well described. You dude. Fucking Brendan Sharp over here. Straight.
That's what everybody was saying.
That's what everybody says these days. So yeah, no, the two people that saw it were like, "This is straight fire." Son.
Yeah. If you can't take Blaine's word for it,
no,
whose word can you?
That's he doesn't talk like that, does he? I don't think he does.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He's old school, but yeah, I was trying to talk about this thing that I've been talking about for a while now, where it's this stupid song that I used to play on the Jason L show, and it doesn't really matter what the song is. I thought, and also like playing it at the start. I'm not allowed to play it on the podcast because YouTube, there's like rights or whatever, and you can't play it. But it's the Ecstasy of Gold, and it doesn't really matter that it's that song, because sometimes, like I've listened to Metallica songs where they got me so fired up that, like there was one time I listened to a Pantera song where it was like the Determination song. I have Determination tattooed across my back, and I knew I was going to get that tattoo. And I was in a gas station in Melbourne, Australia, and I was listening to this song, and like at the time, the singer Phil Anselmo was like pretty motivated. Then he became like a drunk guy, smoked too much weed. Then he got into heroin, and now he's like kind of a fat racist. But at the time, I didn't know any of that, and he was in shape at that time, and he was super motivated to like take over the world. And it was like, there's lyrics in it where, I vacuum the wind from my sail, and I was like, ooh, yeah. Like you make your own momentum, you know what I mean? And it got me motivated. Like there was this particular day. And I've heard that song billions of times. Okay, I'm not very good at math. Maybe 1 million, maybe 100,000. Anyway, a lot. That particular time, it got me in a way where I was like, that's it. I'm not going to back down no matter what comes my way. I am going to keep going at skateboarding, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go back to America. First, I got to save money. First, I got to get a job that I don't want to do, and then get the money, and then go to America, and then ask somebody, can I stay on their couch because I don't have any real money, and then I'm going to go to the ramp every day, all day, and get better. And then I got better. And then when I got better, I went out and I partied because I'm from Australia, and I was raised to party. If you do good, then you party. And then when you party, then you get a girlfriend. Well, first you sleep with a bunch of people, then you get a girlfriend, and then you sleep with more people, and then she breaks up with you, and then you break your heart, and then you drink more, and then all of a sudden you forgot what you were doing. I should probably put that on vibrate. Sorry, I've got a door thing now where I see people coming into my house and coming out of my house, and it's like, it's kind of cool. I mean, really, it's not that cool, but it's cool for like, I think I just saw Miles, so that's exciting.
Wow.
One of the greatest executive producers of our time.
Some lady delivered a baby on a Nest camera. Like one
Wait,
of those.
she was at the door?
She was, I think, on her way out, and it was just like, nope, you're having this baby right now. And the whole
She pooped it
She
out.
delivered her own.
That's the best. If I was going to have a baby and I had a vagina,
Right.
my favorite way to have a baby would be, and then I pooped it out.
I don't think you get that the first time. I think,
You and I
you got to put your time in to get one of
Right.
those.
You and I have been witness to children flying out of vaginas.
Which is probably almost the same thing as having one yourself.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
I was
You're
like,
not being sarcastic,
I was like
are you?
18 inches away from it. I think
Duh.
I pretty much know what it's like.
Yeah, like...
Like, if you need the epidural,
You ever
fine.
seen
I
any-
would do it the natural way.
Yeah, you ever seen anybody on TV hit a three-pointer? It's pretty much like that. You go like
Look
this.
at that.
Yeah, like Bird, Ellis, same deal. Yeah, okay, maybe not exactly the same, but pretty much the same.
you
and
to
it's like, oh, it hurts, and I'm like, look, I'm sure it does a little bit,
Right.
but like, I mean, I've fallen on the ground and got a boo boo.
Sure.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
boo boo baby coming out my box. Same deal. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal to me.
It's a shame nature handed the baby making to the weaker sex.
Right, well said, Michael. We all could agree on that, and the less intelligent, obviously, too. And don't get me like wound up about if one of them becomes president.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
they're on their period.
Oh,
They're gonna press the button.
oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? Because they're like, my vagina.
Yeah, what
hurts."
happens when Putin insults her hair? It's Armageddon.
If anybody believes what we just said for the last 15 seconds, you are an idiot. But seriously, have you thought about people on their period and the way they react?
I think I might have a pantsuit fetish. There's something about it.
No, I'm listening.
There's
'Cause
something about a
I
pantsuit.
I agree. You and I are like very different people, but
Right.
we
have the same
like, from
sexual. We're tweaked in the
little
same
bit
way.
because remember we always talked about the secretary vibe. Like we've always both
yeah.
been like with the
Empathetic.
glasses.
I'm so predictable with the like
Yeah.
nurses, secretaries,
Yeah.
a female army recruiter.
Is there any dudes out there that don't want to bang a secretary, or even better, the Secretary of Defense?
Oh my goodness!
Just as long as she's not on her period.
right. Count me out of that.
Because then she's going to blow up the whole
Right.
friggin' world.
I don't
you
trust
know?
anything that bleeds for 4 days and doesn't die.
That's a thing, right? People say that? Yeah. How come animals... Oh, wait, they do.
But
I was going to say, how come animals don't have periods? But,
do all animals have periods?
right, good question. Thank
Right.
you, because that's...
'Cause
I was-
dogs
a dog,
can.
I remember one time my dog didn't get her
Uterectomy.
vag cut out.
Right.
Like, scientifically speaking.
Yeah.
And she bled on the couch. And I was like, oh... And obviously, she was looking for the nukes. The whole time.
If that dog had thumbs, look out.
we wouldn't be here. Because she was screaming the whole time, I'm going to kill them, you know. She said a racist word. I don't want to say.
Yeah. Right. Sure.
Yeah.
I am not aware of other Can cats menstruate if you don't get it fixed? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, do squirrels? Are squirrels out there having periods?
That's
I've
what
not
those
noticed
little
that.
marks are on trees.
Oh my god! Really?
It's vag blood.
Here I was thinking it's the Blair Witch.
You know what?
Yeah.
Tree resin is, right?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's squirrel blood.
Wow.
It's squirrel
You
vaginal
know what you're
blood.
putting on your pancakes?
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, getting back to babies coming out, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard.
Calm down.
But if I was going to have one, you know how those ones, like, they go, oops, and it fell in the toilet?
Yeah.
That's how I want to have a baby.
A toilet baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Because the whole,
Those kids
like,
are tough.
Because, like, look, have I had a baby? No. Have Tully and I had a baby? No. But have we had, like, some mean turds? Yeah. And it's pretty much, like, I feel like having a baby for, like, an epidural and all that is like when you have a poopy that has a peanut in it. Because you don't want to push it out. You're like, oh, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure. But then, like, just like some of these women, most women out there,
You dig deep.
we dig deep and we get the turd out, you know, and then we move on with our lives. We don't have to, like, eat a bunch of food for, like, the next 7 years and, like, become a different person and have like a bad attitude towards stuff. Hey everybody, Jason Ellis here, Father Grind. It's my skateboard company. I teach people how to skateboard in a safe way. If you're a little bit older, you want to skate, you want to get healthy, you want to skate with your friends, maybe you want to skate with your kids. Do you want to do it and not go to hospital? I am the #1 greatest skateboard teacher in the world. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the tutorial on how to skateboard, I teach the very funny Ian Finance, even Kim Condon. I teach her how to skate. Father Grind, I have skateboards. You can get setups, you can get pads, you can get everything you need to shred. The Jason Ellis Father Grind skateboard made by Paul Schmidt. Tim Barron did the graphics. These are the top of the line in the skateboard game. This is a top of the line skateboard. If you want to be cool, get one of these. So go to fathergrind.com, check it out. Take my advice. I've got a video on how to skate safely so you can have fun and not go to hospital. Go to fathergrind.com.
They say the eyes are the window to the soul.
And I see God in sharks.
But it's nonsense to me because the eyes don't change, they don't move, they don't express anything. It's all about you raise your eyebrows or you scrunch your eyes. I think so. Well, here's the question that I will ask you to make my point. How expressive is a man with no skin on his face?
Right, that's why I'm trying to say I don't read the face, I read the eyes.
Yeah, well,
no, a man with no skin on his face
that guy could
is
win
not surprised.
That guy could win the Powerball, and he's still going to look.
He can't blink.
He's still going to look like Frankie Valli.
Because he can't blink.
Yeah,
Frankie Valli would look better if he had no skin. Because that is, I mean, he is basically the
Tales from the
drummer
Crypt.
of Chuck E. Cheese. Like, when they go,
yeah,
that's pretty much what's happening over there.
He's animatronic.
Yeah, but I did, and then I saw another shark. Like, dude, I think it was like almost the same. I think it was the same day, dude.
Okay.
Like, we leave the shark. Hey, pay money. You're a kook tourist.
Sure.
To see the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Then we leave and we go to like this main beach or whatever. And there's like a cove. Like, there's a section where it's got a lot of wall and the water goes over and fills the wall. But then when the water goes back out, that just stays like a swimming pool of sorts or like a blocked off area. Like, you know, when sometimes fish go and then there's a puddle and the fish was too dumb to go back over into the real ocean and now he's stuck in the puddle?
Yep.
That happened with a shark.
Okay.
I go to the surf shop to get like a towel or something. I can't remember what I was getting. Maybe sunblock, some kook thing. And a guy in there goes, dude, there's a white tip stuck in the cove. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. And I go, where? And he goes, over there. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I go in there.
How big's this cove?
Three-quarters of a football field.
Okay. All right.
With like nooks and crannies.
Sure.
and stuff.
It's got contours, right?
It's not a football field
It's
shape.
nature. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go in there and there's one other dude and it's me and my chick. And my chick is like, I'm not saying it in a mean way. We're both dumb. Because we're like, hell yeah.
Right.
There's a shark in this water?
No, period, obviously.
Obviously, because she would have already hit the nukes before we even got in the pond. She wasn't looking to terrorize the world. She was looking to see a shark. And so we go in there. And I'm trying to remember how it went. But like, I think I saw it. You know, I got goggles on, I got a GoPro. And I go underwater and it came past. And I was like, it is a shark. And this dude was like, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Because he was like, whoa. And I was like, oh, good. Because he was blocking my view of it. And I followed it. And then my chick followed me. And we're following it over to one area. And the more I follow it, the more relaxed I feel, which is dumb, you know? But I'm like, I'm getting closer. And then it would kind of turn back a little bit. And I'd be like, oh, but not fully back. It kept going that way. And I was like getting closer. And then I was like, you know what? I'm coming in. You know, like I'm going to come in. It seems pretty cool. And then he goes to like, and it's funny, all dudes say dogs and cats are he's, and all girls say they're she's. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it was a she or a he, because I didn't see the vag area.
Yeah.
And like, because I'm a bit of a shark scientist, their vag and dicks are in a pocket.
Right.
So
so
it's
you
not
don't-
hanging out. You don't know anyway.
Yeah, there's a reason you've never
You
seen.
can tell by the dorsal fin. No, you can't. That's a lie. Even Chief Brody didn't know that. So it goes down the corner, and I'm going in behind it, and it quickly turned around. And it was like, this is no longer like a to look at me. He's coming back the other way. And for 1 second, I was like, fuck. Like I kind of regret it. Mm-hmm. And I thought maybe he is going to bite me. But I also thought, this is stupid, dude. But I thought, like, you can tell me. I think if a pit bull attacks me, I'll win. And I think if a shark attacks me, I'll win. If it's a great white, if it's as big as me, I don't think I'll win.
Right.
I was like, okay, if it bites me, I'll put our arm out and I'll like take a hit and have crazy stitches, you know what I mean? Like shredded. But I'll like I'll poke him, pull his gills, he'll let go.
I don't know what your actual odds are. My hunch is that you stand a much better chance against a shark than against a pit bull.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Well, because I feel like a shark doesn't actually have any leverage. It doesn't have a way to like regroup and pounce again. Even if he's on your arm, you can be pushing him away from you in a way that you can't. A pit bull can get around the back of you and leap at you again in a way that I just don't think a shark.
Oh, a shark could do that for sure.
Oh, really?
I mean, I feel like they're in the sea. It's their land.
Yeah.
And they can. I just think that usually what I see is that they bite, they do a wiggle thing, they try to rip the meat off,
Yeah.
and then they come back later and get another one off you.
Yeah.
But like it seems like a dog, he gets a hold of you. This is the thing that I think they both have a similarity. When they get a hold of you, they don't let go
Right.
until they take that piece.
And
I think their kind of jaw power and their teeth, they kind of have a good chance of taking the piece.
sharks probably more than dogs, obviously depending on the
teeth.
size. Yeah,
and the kind of shark.
Well, just people come out of the ocean all the time where they're like, "Whoa, I'm missing half of my arm. He just took that off." Like a Pitbull.
Remember that lady that recently where she just had the back of her calf taken off?
Right.
So that's pretty horrific.
They can just a Pitbull is going to have to wrestle a piece of you off.
Yeah, he's not going to get it.
I don't think a Pitbull is going to.
I've never seen a Pitbull take a like a hamstring.
I don't think he's going to bite through a tib fib.
Right.
Yeah. You'd have to give
But
him
a
some,
shark will.
You'd give him some time to work on that.
That's a big shark to go through the bone. That's
Yeah.
a big shark. This guy seemed like a kind of guy that could take like your forearm meat off.
Okay.
And I was like, that could be bad. But I also thought if you let him take your forearm meat, yeah. But if he bites on and then you fuck him up, he lets go. Because I'm under the impression, and I still believe this, and I don't want anyone to DM me to tell me otherwise. Because this is how if I love somebody, this is how I tell somebody I love them. Because one time I didn't mean it, but I did see like that Faces of Death video. And there's a video where it's like a big boat and then there's a dinghy, like a metal dinghy, and there's a lady swimming in between it. And they go, look out, shark. And she's like, what? Like, you're like women. You know what I mean? Don't even get me started. She might have been on a period because the shark saw it. He came up.
Moved right in.
From behind. And there's a boat like 4 feet away. And the shark's, it's decent. It's like 6-7 footer. And it comes in casual, dude. Not hardcore speed. Casual, and then leans to the side and bites her leg off. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude in the dinghy could have jumped off the dinghy and landed on the shark. And I reckon, this is what I believe this to be factual. If you jump on a shark when it's swimming by and kick it, the first thing it does is go, Jesus, and swims off for a second. Will it come back and bite somebody? Maybe. But I don't think the initial reaction when you foot a shark, because it's almost out of the water, when you kick it, that it goes, and bites you.
Right.
I think its first reaction goes, oh, shit, and then maybe it'll come back and bite you. But by then, you should get in the dinghy and you'll be all right.
See, I think you've touched on what my hunch is another fundamental difference between sharks and pit bulls.
Yeah.
Sharks want easy pickings. Sharks just think they're going through a drive-through.
Yeah.
And if something kicked you at the drive-through,
They
you'd
flinch
be like,
it.
you would go, you know what? Actually, there's a Jack in the Box up the block. Maybe I should just go there instead. Pit bulls are like, I will kill you or die trying myself.
Yeah. I think we both are together. Both our brains were right, 100% right.
Yeah.
So I've always said, like, if you're somebody that I care about, and that is like a shark, because I don't want to do that. I'm still like, there's still like a 20% chance that when I jump on the shark, maybe I miss and he bites my leg off, and I'm like, well, that sucked. That's bad. Now I'm dead. But for certain people, I'll jump off the dinghy and foot stomp the shark. I feel confident that you will swim away and we will both get in the dinghy. But like, you're welcome. Don't do that again. Because I'm not looking to repeat that.
Yeah.
That was like some hairy shit.
You got lucky the one time.
Yeah. I don't want to be like, that's what I'm known for, is like jumping off piers and like bombing on.
Yeah, you're not going to be the Jimmy Superfly Snook of repelling shark
this
attacks.
is a one-time deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You better get the camera out because I'm not doing it again.
So I looked into the vending machine thing, and there have been a couple of studies on it. This, I think, is a very compelling and important insight into that. For the uninitiated, this is absolutely not a joke. More people are killed by vending machines than by sharks.
That is crazy.
This one study into people who have been killed by vending machines, it's not a huge study. It doesn't happen very commonly. It was like 9 or 10 individuals.
A year?
No. But however many, they just looked into a number of stories where they could find all the details.
Okay.
I don't know how, it was 9 over a period of time that they specifically studied.
Sharks might have surpassed vending machines.
First of all male. In this study,
Dudes.
all dudes.
Yeah, because they're rubbing it, right?
Every single one was between the ages of 15 and 24. That's the danger zone.
15 to 24 male is like all females.
Because that's the exact point in time where people are like, if you just shake it harder, some free shit will come out.
Man, but when you shake it harder, you don't feel it tipping over towards you?
So, like, there was one instance, it was a guy, I think it was at one point, and this may still be the case, the U.S. military put warning labels on their vending machines.
That's insane.
Because the kind of guy who gets killed by a vending machine is a male between 15 and 24 who's exactly the kind of guy who's like, screw it, I'm just going to go join the army. Yeah. They said there was a vending machine that was known on the base that if you shook it enough, you could get free shit out of it.
Wait, that killed the troops?
And so the guy, this one particular person who's one of the people that they studied.
You would write there, tell your parents that they died in battle, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. You don't tell them.
He tackled a suicide bomber.
Yeah. You don't say
he
died trying to get some.
That guy wanted to steal
some booty.
Top secret classified information and Zach nuts. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you keep that shit.
Had to be
tell
done.
him, he jumped on a grenade.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean have sex with your ugly friend.
No. Well, those were the days.
Right. But I was trying to say about the music, the Pantera thing, because I was listening to this Ecstasy of Gold the other day, and I forgot that I used to listen to it, and it got me really motivated. and like that Pantera song, it got me really motivated. But I feel like in my radio career, I was getting really motivated. I wanted to be big in radio, and I would listen to Ecstasy of Gold and be like, you got to think you're going to be something. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to work on it. And I do know this is a fact too, like, the 10,000 hours thing, like the 10 years, depending on how hard you work, how much time you've got in each day. If you look at Rob Dyrdek, like Rob Dyrdek's a very smart man. He's a billionaire, man. And his thing is he wants to be a billionaire, and he worked really hard at becoming a billionaire and be creative, and he helps other people's businesses flourish. Like, if you're good friends with Rob or you have enough money to pay Rob Dyrdek, he'll make your business make a lot of money. Like pretty much guaranteed. He'll tell you what to do, and if you do it, it'll happen. There's a few people out there, not everybody. There's one douche that's on TikTok. He's got a lions, not sheep hat. He's a moron. And he's biting quotes from other things. He's like, if it's sharp, don't, watch out for the sharp end. And it's like, really? What? Well, that is thank God I got that one. Like, douche off. And it's like, well, don't forget to buy all my clothing. And I'm like, dude, you have the fashion of a fucking onion ring. Like, way too many bracelets and finger. Like, you got finger ring. You're not ready. You got rings on. You're not ready. You gotta be ready. And that's like, I'll tell you, you get your fingers stuck on something. I don't know. It's like, what are you, shark blocking? Get the fuck out of here. But if you do something with a lot of drive for 10 years, 10 years you're on top. In 7, it's pretty sweet already. So look at it like that. But to stay driven, to stay the course, things are monotonous, working to like save up for the thing that you really love, or like if you want to be a surfer, you want to have money for the surfboard. There's like all these things that come in that suck. But if it doesn't suck, like I eat like a pretty clean diet these days, and every now and then I'll cheat with my girlfriend and we'll get donuts. I have twice. I got donuts once and cookies. Oh my God, that cookie was so good. But if I had a cookie for breakfast this morning and then a cookie for lunch, and then my dinner was a cookie, I'd be like, oh, I would like some food at this point. It's like, if you get what you want over and over again, you take it for granted. So like having to work for stuff and having no clue on how to get there and then going out there and finding it, like I'm doing open mics. Like yesterday, I sparred in the gym. I beat up everybody. Everyone. Except my son. I let him beat me up. But that's because I'm an awesome dad. But everybody else, oh no, that's not true. John Matthews is there.
Really?
Yeah, I let him beat me up. Yeah.
Who marked up your face?
Like everybody.
Right.
Like, because I fought, I still get hit. I'm not like Floyd Mayweather or anything. Like, I don't have an impeccable defense. My defense is I'll let you punch me in the face, and it lets me get in on you and punch you. But I fought like 8 different guys last night. And also, at one point, my coach...
8 different guys and John Matthews.
He's so weird.
I love John.
Like, he jumps around, and when I slip, he would be emotional about it. Like, if I made him miss a lot, and he'd be like, oh, and he'd be like, oh. And like if I did throw a punch, he'd be like, oh, and he's jumping around like a maniac, and he's constantly looking for my approval. Like he wants to do something great. And my main reason for like moving out of the way, because I would usually let people I like to let people hit me so they feel like they're doing good, And I can take a shot. I know it's I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just good at, I roll a little bit. Like it hits me, but I just roll a little bit. So people's gloves, this is like people's the strap scratching me and stuff. Like it's not like a real hard shot.
It's like a rug burn.
Yeah, like Tiger hit me a couple of times. Like where he's funny because he's like he don't want to hit me, and then I'll like annoy him a little bit, and then he'll get angry, and then he like went at me, and I was like, okay, I'm really getting out of the way. I'm as good as I can because I don't want that. Like that's not like I don't want a concussion, and you punch hard enough to give me a concussion, so I don't want that. And then the last guy, I posted a little bit of it, but bigger guy. He really wanted to go, and Josh, my coach, was like, hey, man, like, he really wants to go. And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. And he was throwing some big shots. And so I beat him up a little bit. I gave him, like, a black eye and stuff. But that's because he wanted it, And then after I beat him up, this one guy that had done 3 training sessions that day, and I could tell I didn't know him. And Josh goes, hey, man, he wants to spar you too. And I was like, okay. And everyone had already stopped because the last guy that I fought, everybody stopped to watch that because it turned into like a bit of a real fight. And then I was like, okay, man, I'll keep going because that's the other thing. Everybody in the gym took 1 round off, at least 1 round. I did not because and my diet and the way I live my life and like the way I used to, I'm somebody that when I do something I'm trying, I try harder than you do. Like, I feel like the average person doesn't know that they are not trying. You can do better. Everybody can do better. I just think there was a time there in my life where I didn't have any skill and I just wanted it so bad. This is another thing that I can really understand now because I'm older and I'm wiser and my brain is sober and it thinks just so much clearer than it used to. America, man, like, you guys think that this is the greatest country in the world, right? Because there's movie stars here, there's great athletes here. Like, you can be something here, and it's like, be something. Be what? Like, be a star, be loved by everybody, be an influencer, be big on TikTok, be big in podcasting, be a big comedian. Like, we kind of cater to this, you know what I mean? And it's like part of the things that make us think that we're the greatest country on earth. But I don't know if that is factual. I think maybe being like a great father, or being like, even if you're not a parent or you're not even like a husband, if you live in the woods and you have a great life where you have food and you don't have that much stress in your day, and you go hunting or something and you breathe in the mountain air and like go in a river or in the sea and you're fishing and all these other things that are out there that we all take for granted because we're, you know what I mean, scrolling and going to work and, you know, in traffic and getting on public transport. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's a hustle and bustle, and it's like, this is the greatest country. I don't know how many people are having the greatest life. It seems to me that, like, most of us are not really having the greatest life, and we're watching other people that are pretending to have the greatest life. Because I know some of these famous people, it's not that great. You know, like, I mean, maybe, you know, like Tony Hawk has a pretty great life because he loves skateboarding and he gets to skateboard. So that worked out pretty good. But I also know that Tony Hawk has trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? Like, his parents are gone. His mom had like Alzheimer's. I don't know how to say it because I got no education. But watching that is pretty difficult, I would imagine. You know, and he's gone through a lot of stuff. He has a lot of kids. You know, Miles he's got to deal with. Like, that's got to be annoying.
I mean, that alone.
Right, the pressures of Miles is just crazy. But he's got, I mean, everybody has their thing is what I'm trying to say. Not to mention at one point when he was coming up, he was bullied. And then when he became really good, he was still bullied because he wasn't like the cool dude that smoked weed and didn't do like the tricks that were badass punk rock tricks. He did other things. So everybody ridiculed him, like even when he was in a prime at one point. Even to this day, there's still people out there that talk shit on him for the way he skates. So everybody has to go through it. But if you don't go through it, there's nothing good about it. And I also, I'm bouncing around everywhere, but being famous, being cool, being in a movie, being having a lot of followers on social media isn't what life's about. Like, to be happy with yourself and the people around you, you know, like, you hear it, man. Old people, when they're dying, they're like, I should have spent more time with my family and my loved ones. You know, if anyone knows what was best in life, it's somebody that's at the end of it, because they're not going to bullshit you. And that means I really believe that. You know, I'm not old, I'm not about to die, but I really believe when I hear those things. I never saw an old person say that to me, but I do believe that that's a fact. You know, like when you look back in your life, you're like, man, I should have spent more time with my family and stuff. You know, and like I feel like I've been, as a person that's like, I didn't get enough attention as a child. This is my theory. I didn't get that much attention. I didn't feel love. So, you know, I was like, I'll be, you know what I mean? I'll be famous. You know, I'll be real good at, if you're real good at something, people will love you. You know, and I didn't realize that that's not real love. I'm not disrespecting my fans or anything, but I'm just saying, being good at skateboarding, people were like, you can get into the club for free, or you can get a free t-shirt, or I go into a room and everyone goes, hey, do you know who that is? And I go, yeah, I'm somebody, you know? And it's like, I'm skateboarding. There was times where I've skateboarded where I've done things, you know, even in the later years of my skateboarding career, I was on tour with Tony Hawk and I was watching Tony skate, and he was doing certain things where I'd done a lot of drugs and stuff. I couldn't keep up with him. He's a better skateboarder than me. Whatever chances I had of being better than him were gone. But I remember like watching the ramp and I was like, what if I jump off that rafter into the ramp? You know, that would be entertaining to the fans that are here, and it's going to be on TV. That was a good angle, you know? And I was right. like, it was pretty smart of me. Like, I would do stuff where I wasn't the best guy there, but people were like, man, Tony was ripping. But you see the fucking Australian dude jump off the rafter? That was crazy. And then there was times where it got bigger and more dangerous. And there were times where I was standing on things, looking down, and I was like, you're going to die, dude. Like, this is way too far for you. And then I remember thinking, this is your chance. This is your shot. This is in a few years from now, in many years from now, you're going to look back and go, you should have gone for it, you pussy, because you did it, and people are going to remember you for it. Remember me for it? Remember me for doing cool skateboard tricks? Like, or don't get hurt. Don't hurt yourself. Like, you know what I mean? The satisfaction of making it, you know, like I did it. I've done things where I was like, I didn't think I was going to make that, and it felt good, you know. And then I went and partied about it, but it wasn't what real joy is, what real love is. Like, love is more important than being famous and being respected. Like, having my kids love me, having some friend that I've been good to, and he or she's been good to me over the years, and we love each other and we enjoy each other's company, is far more important than, dude, you used to rip. And I know, because I'm 52, I'm 53 in like a week. I know it's more important to be loved than to love other people. I've got respect from people have told me Ellis is, you know what I mean, is a badass. That's cool, but it's not as important. And I think we're all caught up in it. You know, America is the greatest country on earth. I'm not saying it isn't. I mean, if you look at the ranks, it's not. But it is what you make it. You know. I'm just saying that it seems like we're all caught up in this thing where we think that these things are the most important, and for most of us, they're unreachable. You're not gonna be in. You're not gonna be Nas. You're not gonna be. Any of these famous Lil Waynes and Metallicas, you're not going to be them. But if you're not them, it's not bad. Like, it is what you make it. You could be a loving, caring person that helps people. I know this is like super gay, but I'm right. I really know I'm right. Loving your kids, finding a companion in life, and loving them, and having a dog, and loving the dog, and the dog loves you, and going into the woods and camping like a fucking, you know, I know we're being gay, but, you know, loving the flowers and the sun and the berries and shit, understanding how beautiful it is to be on this planet and breathing air is more important than having TikTok followers. And I know when you're hearing me right now, you're probably like, oh, this is gay. But I'm also right. Like, you can't argue that being popular is as fulfilling as being loved and loving other people. You can't. But you'll stop listening to the podcast. Hopefully somebody is actually still listening to the podcast, because also a lot of you just watch snippets on TikTok and you don't even watch the show, because you watch a snippet and then when you get a haircut, you talk about, you see that one guy, he talked about sucking a dick. That's usually as far as it goes around here in this world, because you're not really driven to like watch the whole thing, you know? And it's like, same with your life. You're not really driven to put in all the work. You know, I've done some boxing. I've done some taekwondo. I've done some skateboarding. I've done, you know what I mean? I've done some of this. I've dabbled. I used to play guitar. It's, you never stay in it. You never sit like the bit where you plateau and you don't think you're going to get any better and you keep going. You know, Rocky Balboa shit where, like, I mean, that dude, he wrote that. He knew something, because now he's 80 and he's got a hit TV show and he's had all these other movies. You see it?
Tulsa King?
It's awesome.
Is it?
Okay, maybe it's not that great. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's because maybe I'm nostalgic about Sylvester Stallone. Anyway, beside the point. Working for something and going through a nightmare and trials and tribulations for this payoff of knowing that you, not for someone else for a pat on the back, that you can stay in the pocket. You can keep going and make things happen. It's something that you can carry for the rest of your life. And being motivated to keep doing it is finding things, movies, film, people that inspire you, that keep you driven. And some music, to me, is a couple of songs where I think this is a skill, or it's like a thing that I'm lucky that God has given me, where I can listen to a song on repeat over and over and over for hours and keep this feeling of like, I feel like I'm inspired. I feel adrenaline. It is for sure. I have adrenaline rushing through my body, and I am not going to give up, and I am going to dig deep. And I'm like, last night I fought all those guys. You know, I'm 52. I'm 65. I fought all those guys, and my coach is like, he ain't taking one break. I'm not taking a break. Everybody I sparred, I would say 75% of the people I sparred, after I sparred them, they fell down on their asses for this 1 minute break before the round starts again. I purposely jog around. I keep jogging around, and then I beat up somebody else. And I'm 25 years older than anybody else in that room, and I'll beat the shit out of everybody. Am I sore today? Incredibly. I woke up at 6:30. My arm hurts from punching people in the head with it. My shoulder's aching, and my face is a little bit sore too. But after I did stand up, I had a shower in this locker room that is real shitty and not very clean. And I don't like having showers in dirty shower places. And the light is like a monitor light, and it's like this weird little plastic shower thing. And I'm in the shower, and I've got the squirty soap thing, and I'm washing myself. And when I wash my face, I feel the cuts on my face stinging with the soap. And then the light turns off. So now I'm in the dark. And also the shower doesn't have hot water. So I'm in a cold shower in the dark. And then I was like, oh. And then I went, I was born in the dark. And I laughed to myself in the dark in the shower while washing my wounds on my face.
Did you say this was after stand-up?
No, this was after sparring. But then after I took the shower, then I dropped my son off. And then I drove to an alleyway and did stand-up. Late. Hungry. I was hungry, man. Not to do stand-up. I was hungry to
like
eat
for food.
Yeah. And then this open mic place, they're very nice to me, but it's in an alleyway, and there's 15 people in the room. And every time I go there, the worse it is, the better it is, because I've been through so many things in my life. I've mastered so many things and gone through places where it looks like it's not going to work for you, dude. Like, you probably just call it a day and be like, well, it's not like we didn't try. But to me, every time I go, there's someone there that is so bad and so out of their element, and it makes me feel like, why am I here? That I love it, because I know that if I keep going, things are going to be better. And I don't even really want it. Like, I do, but I loved last night. There was a guy that was up before me that I was like, he might have brain damage. Like, he was young black kid. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he was like really nervous or also like legitimately mentally challenged.
I've been to a lot of open mics in Los Angeles that to me feel more like self-help groups.
I'm like, did your mom drop you off? Because shit, dude. He kept looking at his phone and he just kept not talking. Mm. And then a joke, I was like, wait, is it a joke? What, did you lose your step? And I'm like, wait, what? Okay, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, this makes no sense at all.
Some of the most
I see the lights, so I'll probably get off anyway. And I was like, wow, what just happened? Yeah. And they're like, you're up next. And he's like, how long do you want to go? And I was like, 3 minutes. He's like, you don't want to go more? I'm like, I want 3 minutes. Give me the light in 3 minutes, because I'm going to audition at the Comedy Store and the Hollywood Improv, and I'm going to get a job there, and I'm going to have a 3-minute monster, and I'm going to keep going to this alleyway at fucking midnight. I don't care if I have to beat up a bunch of people before it or after it, or stress the fuck out about some other thing in my life. Because make no mistake, I still stress and freak out about stuff, but I'm going all the time, and I'm going to do the same goddamn joke for 3 minutes over and over again because I've made it. That's my goal, and I'm going to listen to the same song over and over again. If that song goes flat, because that's the other thing, that song can go flat. Ecstasy of Gold can mean less to me on a Tuesday. I don't know. Then I'll find another song that's like, get the fuck up, dude. Go and don't go and be like, I'm kind of tired today. 3 minutes of fire, like everything you've got in it. Record it and then watch it after and be like, oh, could do that, could do that, and then that will, in time, I will go and the Comedy Store will go, holy shit, do you want a job? And I'll be like, yep. And then my name will be on the wall, and I'll be like, that's it. Not for you, not for anybody else, no pat on the back, no nothing. Guess what? Your name on the wall doesn't mean anything. You don't get any money. There's dudes there that got their name on the wall that live in a fucking studio apartment, and they are broke as fuck. That's what you get from it. Nothing. But to me, when I die, it's a bigger deal right now. Like I just kind of I realized yesterday it's October, and I was like, wait, my birthday's soon. And I was like, wait, it's the 53rd birthday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It's 20 years ago that my dad died, because that's what I was trying to, my girlfriend told me, when did your dad die? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I know I was born when he was 20. And she goes, well, that would mean that it's 20 years ago. And I go, oh, fuck, yeah. Yeah. So 20 years ago, he died the day after his birthday. And it doesn't have to make sense. I just thought there's so many similarities that my father and I have, and I'm not proud of a lot of them, but I've put a lot of those out, like I'm not a cheater. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm not a liar. I pay my way. Even if I don't think it's fair, I do what's right. And I'm not looking for anybody to apologize to me for anything that they've done. I'm just sorry for if I can catch it, because that's the other thing. Sometimes I'm not aware of what a dick I am. But when I figure it out, I'll be quick to apologize, and I'll be dedicated to trying not to be that to somebody ever again. And I'm really working on it. I'm really, really working on it. But, on my 53rd birthday, I'll be working. I'll be at an event that I don't really want to go to. But it's going to pay some money, and I really need the money, so I'll be doing it. And my girlfriend can't be there, and I'll be there by myself with a bunch of people I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, it might be in altitude too, which is like,
where are you going to be?
I don't know, some Red Bull thing.
Yep.
Some mountain bike thing where they jump off stuff or some shit.
Gotcha.
They wanted me to be there to talk on their social media about look at that guy jump the gap or whatever.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, well,
yeah, progression, amplitude. Red Bull's delicious.
For sure. Amplitude, for sure. Yeah, so.
Everybody's throwing down.
Everybody's going ballistic. They're going off like prawns in the sun, Michael.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I don't think, since I've been sober, I'll be honest, I would be stressing right now, because yesterday when I realized it, I would be kind of having a little bit of a panic attack for the next 2 weeks. But instead, I'm not going to die. I'm not even going to be close to dying.
I doubt you're going to die this week.
I just did 20 rounds last night. My father, if he did 3 minutes of what I did last night, he would have already died before his birthday. We're not the same people. And we're really not the same people. And thanks to my sobriety and all the people around me that have helped me get here, I'm healthy. I got a heart checkup the other day. I'm fine. He's like, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but your heart's never looked better. And I was like, well, that's my diet. That's God. That's my stress levels going down. I feel good about myself. I don't hate myself. I think when I hate myself, I can make myself sick.
Oh, no doubt.
And I don't hate myself. And I don't need to run. Man, how's this one? somebody called me today that I slept with every now and then, just like a side chick. Not very, she's a nice person, like metal chick, tattooed chick. And she goes, hey. And I remember thinking, because I told her, like, well, I think she called me, like, I don't know, like 4 months ago or something. And I was like, oh, hey, I got a girlfriend. Like, oh, okay, wouldn't have been that long. We haven't been dating that long. But I've been dating my chick. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm seeing somebody. And I'm like monogamous. Like, I'm not even doing that at all. And she goes, oh, good for you. And I was like, yeah, cool. Yeah, good luck, blah, blah, blah. That's the end of it. She calls me today, super sad. And I'm like, okay, because I'm guilty. I'm like, what? I didn't do anything. And she goes, hey, I'm in hospital. And I'm like, like I got a HIV check. You know what I mean? Like I seriously jumped to that. I'm like,
yeah.
I've got my tubes tied. You don't have a baby, And I'm like, she goes, so, I'm in here because I got I'm sick and I had like some blood transfusion. The doctors and I was like, oh wow, do you know what it is? She's like, no. And I'm like, she's like, but I'm not calling you about that. They got a blood test and she's like, I got chlamydia. And I was like, oh,
that's adorable.
And I was like, oh, it's so cool of you to call me to try and tell me that. But I was like, I've been tested since I slept with you and I don't have it. And she goes, well, now I know who gave it to me because it was only 2 people that I slept with. And I was like, yeah, well, it wasn't me because I don't have it. She was like, you good? And then she was like, I've actually got a boyfriend and now I'm going to have to call him and tell him. And he just moved in with me. And I was like, look, you didn't, did you get it after you dated your boyfriend? She's like, no. And I was like, well, you fucking mistakes happen. It's a pill. You take the pill, it goes away. You tell him to take it and you're fine. If he really cares, he'll understand. Like, these things happen in the world. You're out there sleeping with people and you sleep with 2 people. And one guy bitch out. These are the streets. She's like, I never got it before. I was like, good for you. Because I've had it 5 times. So I think 5 times, maybe 4. I don't know, but I've had it
a couple more times and you get the treatment for free.
I don't think that's how it works. But I kind of told her, I was like, the doctors will figure out your thing. You'll be okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm a friend. If you never need me, I'll be there. Because I'm trying to be nice to her. But just the wave, you know what I mean? Because I was like, wait, what? And I'm like, okay, let's talk. And then I'm like, okay. But I was like, these things that I used to be involved in, I'm like, maybe a real relief came over me where I was like, you haven't done anything. You don't need to go get tested. You are in the clear. Your chick is in the clear. Old me would be like, man, I got to tell my chick.
No, I understand.
I probably did. Or you mean if I had to guess, it's probably me. And you know what I mean? But this time I was like, oh, 100% not me. No way.
It's like when you come out of your teen years and every time there's a cop car behind you, you get nervous.
Yeah.
There was so many years where
wow, that's such a good analogy.
you were always technically committing a crime.
Yeah, you had something in the car.
Yeah,
for
then
sure.
it was just like, oh, if I get pulled over, I'm not currently speeding, so they literally don't have anything. Go ahead, pull me over.
I'm high.
Yeah.
So that's a DUI.
Right.
Now
So
I'm like, I have nothing. I got no weed.
that reminds me of a situation with a woman I may or may not have married. No, I don't know the details of. I can't recall.
It's so mysterious.
Been a while.
Sure.
I don't know the circumstances of the lady who called you, but what it sounds like to me is a situation that happened in my own life where I went to a doctor. You and I have both been to the same clinic on Fountain and La Brea, where you'd go there and they're just like, so, what house orgy, what basement orgy do you go? And you're like, no,
The difference was they were wrong on you and right on me.
Yeah, and you'd go, actually, I don't do any of that stuff. They go, okay, anyway, I still have to, I took a Hippocratic oath, even though I know you're a filthy liar, I'll take care of you. But the guy, whatever I was there for was not STD related, but he treated it and he came back with the test results and he goes, by the way, just the shit that we ran, you had chlamydia. Don't worry, the antibiotic I gave you for the reason why you came here already took care of that.
Okay.
And
I remember you telling me.
Yes, and this was early on in my relationship, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a scumbag. God damn it. I really like this girl.
Yeah.
And I went home and I was like, look, I got to tell you, I went to the doctor. I had chlamydia, and she's like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, oh, I'm the one assuming I'm the scumbag.
She had it.
Nobody knows.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has any idea.
Right.
Who's to say that this lady's
Because it doesn't
new
make you a
boyfriend-
bad person.
It doesn't make
if
you
you're
a bad
single
person.
and you're out there and you've slept with somebody, it can happen.
Yeah.
It's like what rubbers are for. You know?
Right. I mean, if you use those, yeah.
Obviously, that's for crazy,
Crazy
people.
Right. I mean, I thought we were
What, are you
having,
scared of babies?
I thought we were having sex here. Before we wrap things up, let me ask you a question. Robbie Williams, remember?
Robbie Williams, I follow him on social media.
Then perhaps
I don't know why, but I do.
He was on the show years and years ago.
Yes, he
You
was.
remember that?
He is bald and has like a bunch of stuff put in his hair all the time to make it look like he's not. That was a mean thing to say.
Oh, he strikes me as the kind of guy who would get fake hair but own that he had fake hair. Not the case?
No.
Okay. So,
I noticed when he was on the show.
oh, okay.
And then when you see him on Instagram,
Yeah.
it's a full head of hair.
Sure,
I'm
sure,
like,
sure.
oh, interesting.
Gotcha. So they have filmed a biopic. You know, like every pop star, Elton John, Queen, they make a movie about their life.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
a big enough deal in the rest of the world. That
Oh,
that
yeah,
actually
no,
makes
because he was,
sense.
I remember in Australia, he was huge.
Yes.
And when he was on, it was like you talk to Elvis, kind of. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what you don't realize, Australia, is over here in America, nobody gives a shit.
Right. We were able to get him on our show.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Because he's like the Timberlake of
no,
the
he's
UK.
bigger than Timberlake.
This is an unusual biopic. Everything about it is straightforward, telling the story of his rise to glory and drug problems and all of that. But in the movie, in an unprecedented move, he has been portrayed by a blank.
Trans guy, a lady, a black guy, a zebra,
Getting warmer.
a horse.
A monkey.
Dude.
Kind of excited about it. I thought it was like this really bad gimmick.
Oh, I think I saw a
Yeah, if you follow it.
promo of like people picking on a monkey,
Yeah.
and now I realize that it's him.
So the symbolism of it all is that although the world was celebrating the whole time, he felt like he was this unevolved, primitive being who was just bumbling through everything. Okay. But the monkey,
It's a good concept, though.
the monkey like does coke with Oasis.
That's badass.
They show the monkey shooting up.
That's bad. Wait, did he shoot up?
I guess so.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's living.
Yeah.
Well, there goes my
Angle for a biopic?
yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to find a different. You can get a shark to play you.
Oh, a walking shark, like that one movie where there's like a big shark. He's cool.
Jaws.
Nah, there's like a shark that walks around.
Oh, there it is,
Yeah, that's what I saw.
dude. I gotta say, I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know that I feel the need to say that to see this.
This is such a good idea because America
Yeah.
doesn't really care about him.
Right.
But if you make him a monkey, we'll watch it.
If you'd said, "Hey, they made a movie about Robbie Williams, some young kid who's on some TV show,"
Yeah,
plays
who
him,"
cares?
I would never go see it.
Yeah.
There's a total chance I'll see this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying that it's like he looks like an actual monkey but he's a rock star and he does heroin?
Everybody else is a human, and nobody ever acknowledges
Yeah.
that he's a monkey.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's kind of rad.
Yeah. That is brilliant. And it's almost like he didn't do it. Like
Yeah.
the heroin and stuff is like, it's a monkey.
Yeah.
And it takes the edge off the harsh stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, it's brilliant.
Yeah, Better Man is the name of that motion.
I'm still not going to watch it, but that is a brilliant
Yeah.
idea.
But I wasn't even.
I'll tell you what, I
wasn't
will
even gonna
watch
watch
it
the trailer.
on a plane.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's a plane movie.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Man, that is...
Next time I'm on United, Better Man is the picture for
Yeah,
me.
that is such a good idea. Good for him,
Yeah.
because
No, it's cool.
he did
He's a cool guy.
stuff. Yeah, you're
I like
right.
him.
He does seem like a cool guy.
As far as those sorts of people go, fill
Obviously.
in this blank. A rapidly an online influencer who's becoming more and more popular is missing an important body part.
Dick,
Her
vag,
getting warmer.
butthole.
She has no anus.
Yeah. So she poos out of her mouth like Cartman?
I think she's got a colostomy bag.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
What would you rather, a colostomy bag
Or
or
pooping out of my mouth?
Yeah.
I'll probably take the bag, Jason.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying
there's just something about
diarrhea.
having my own shit in my mouth every day that I can't quite square myself with.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, that's great, dude. Dude, I don't like salmon.
What if it comes out? What about if it comes out in pellets like a sheep shit?
Oh, like little, like perfect squares?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk about. Because, dude, a colostomy bag to me,
It's not great.
I'd rather die.
A colostomy bag. Would you date
Nah.
a woman with a...
Nah. Man, I just realized I'm not that nice of a person. I don't like her. Is
Colostomy
that
bags
her?
are not for everybody, yeah.
Why is she so skinny?
And
And why is her head so big?
She probably doesn't eat very much.
Man, I'm mean.
Also,
I'm sorry, lady.
I think she has intestinal issues,
Oh, yeah,
which are the
yeah.
reason why she had to have her anus and rectum surgically removed.
Wait,
Yeah.
they removed it.
Uh-huh.
So there's no
Yep,
hole.
They didn't just fix them, they wrecked them.
Oh, God, dude. I'm not even going to hit the button. I am looking for it, but no. Yeah.
See, there she is.
She does look cute,
I don't know.
except for that colostomy bag.
The camel toe sort of distracts from the colostomy bag,
It
if
doesn't
I'm being
do it
honest.
for me. I mean, if she had I can't. I mean, it's YouTube, but
You can pull it out, can't you?
I know, but I'm just a huge ass eater.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I could go with a girl that I don't.
Well,
I don't know.
it's not like a black hole. Like there is...
Wait, there's a hole there?
No, she calls
like
it
a patch.
She calls it a Barbie bum.
Yeah, so there's no hole.
Yeah.
Skin.
So you actually need there to be...
It's like licking a butt cheek.
Yeah.
I don't know how much fun that would be.
If it's no fun for her, if she doesn't have any sensation
then
there,
there's
then
that
there goes
too.
all the fun.
Wait, she had a baby?
But she has kids.
Why would she do that? Mama's got no butthole.
She may have had the kid while she had a butthole.
Right, because how's that?
Oh, no, I don't know. I mean, if we're looking at her Instagram chronologically, you can see that she's lost her hair at a certain point.
Is she like famous
She's getting there.
for having no butthole?
Yeah.
How many followers does she have?
I think she might be...
20,000?
I think it might be over 100K on TikTok. She just said that she's grateful that like last month she paid her mortgage by being a cute chick with a colostomy bag. So that's where it's at.
Oh.
Yeah. She's not a billionaire, but she's making...
Wait, on OnlyFans?
I don't know if she... I think she's an influencer. I think she probably like promotes products the same as any other influencer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm starting to warm up to her.
I'm not.
No?
I mean, that's airbrush as hell.
Yeah. She's also 15 weeks pregnant there. Speaking of body
She looks
parts...
better pregnant.
Yeah, she's a little thin.
She should just be pregnant all the time.
Yes.
Or eat more.
That would probably be the more practical approach.
But then it's kind of a bummer because she's got to fill the bag up all the time.
The more you eat, the more you...
Right.
Yep.
What about if she just blocks the bag and fills up?
Yeah, I
Like
think...
in that movie 7.
Yeah, I think... I can't... As I recall, that had a bad outcome for that guy.
Right. Well, every now and then let it out, but just hold on to it for as long as possible. She looks better with shorts on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is she showing? Okay. We're
Yeah,
kind of
dude.
bragging about the bag a
It's,
little
the bag
too.
is her thing.
She's
Oh, look,
just
she's
like-
trying out a black.
She's like a poo bag lady.
Yeah. It's her
Like, hey,
angle.
here's my... I don't... oh, wait. This is how I shower with a poo bag?
Maybe.
Wait, what is she putting in there? Lube?
Probably shit.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, God, is that the wound? Wait, is that blood?
No, I think that's like the thing that they put in that's like her artificial poop dispenser.
I mean, I really don't like her. I mean, not... I'm sure she's a nice person. I don't think she's a nice person.
She might not
She's
be.
an influencer.
Yeah.
I don't like influencers. I don't want to say I hate them because that's too
See,
strong.
but I feel like she could be different because I don't think she necessarily
I mean, she's got a fake face.
set out to be one. Her face reminds me of... She's like if Olivia Newton-John had a colostomy bag.
And a lot of plastic surgery. She's very platypus.
Yeah.
Like, her lips are way too big. I don't trust anybody with fake lips that big.
She's got abs.
Yeah, but that's cheating. She can't
I feel like you would introduce, like if I was doing if I had a colostomy bag I would be wary.
Let me ask you this.
I'd be wary of doing crunches. Put
What
it that
about
way.
this?
Yeah.
You have a 6-pack, shredded 6-pack, and a colostomy bag, or you're kind of fat and you don't have a
Well, I'll take
colostomy
kind of fat. I don't think anybody wants a colostomy bag.
Right. But you've got a really good 6-pack.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Nah.
there's any 6-pack I could ever have that would make me want a colostomy bag. Yeah.
Fair.
I've grown fairly attached
too.
to using toilets.
Yeah. Well, what about this? You can poo, but you have a colostomy bag as well.
So it's just there for when I'm lazy. Let's move on. A man on mushrooms literally.
You know, Josh Wolf takes 3 grams of mushrooms on the Friday show. Every stand-up gig he does on the Late Show.
What's 3 grams like?
It's pretty trippy.
I don't. I'm old school. I speak caps and stems.
What do you mean caps and stems? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How
many shrooms is that?
It's like
Is it like 5
7?
shrooms? Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
a legitimate.
He's tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe his tolerance is up because he does it so much.
Yeah.
But still, you're tripping.
Some people roll on that. I feel like mushrooms became the new weed in that regard, where like there was a period of time where if you got stoned, like you were stoned, and that was like there's very few people who are just like, what? I just drink like 15 beers and then I just go through my day. It's like you drink enough, you get drunk. But there are certain people who are able to smoke marijuana and function pretty much like a normal person, and that mushrooms that used to not be an option. But I don't know, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, all of a sudden it was like, yeah, I just eat mushrooms, no big deal. I'm on a bunch right now. You were like that.
Yeah.
Were you not tripping?
Not really.
Okay, well then neither is Josh, I guess.
Right. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Yeah. I would like
I
want
don't want to do that anymore, dude.
No. I would kind of want to do that. Like if I was Josh and I had a residency, and like even if I did the worst show in my entire life and I went out there and just started crying and flipping out and stealing chicken fingers from people, I knew they would still let me come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
They'd be like, just Josh, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, yeah.
I would be tempted once to go. I've been on stage 20,000 times and I like doing mushrooms. I just got to see what it's like to put them together.
Right.
But I don't think I would ever want to do it more than once.
Yeah. I would have, but not now.
Yeah, that does not strike me as something I'd want to do in sustainable
I
fashion.
got Halloween cookies. I'm probably going to eat one of those tonight.
You are bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing as doing mushrooms and
Right.
going on stage. A guy on mushrooms took an axe
That's gone too far.
with permanent consequences to his own blank.
Oh, he tried to make a vagina?
I don't know if he was actually helping.
Show us where your axe, what is that thing?
Axe wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
Man, a dude said that first for sure, right?
I don't think that came from ladies.
Right. I like
You know
ladies.
what? Is that Shakespeare? I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing.
Yeah, that is.
But there's some gnarly stuff.
Show us where the axe hit you?
Kinda.
Yeah. I just thought the Australians made that up.
Yeah, I think it may predate.
He axed himself in shin, right?
No, he cut off his own dick.
So that's like a side chop, right?
Yeah, I assume so. I don't
Is
think.
that-
I don't think he
how
tried to
else
do it
could
down.
you-
I don't think he tried to do it down the middle.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, the only way you can chop your own penis off is like from like this.
I would. How would you? I wouldn't.
That's
I
how
wouldn't.
do it.
I wouldn't.
I'd pull
I
the
wouldn't go to-
knob
yeah,
and stretch it out
I'd come in from the side.
and go, really?
I just feel like that's where I get the most like torque or what.
Yeah,
I don't think I got it.
Wait, straight down is where you get the most torque.
I don't think I got the. I don't have as
If I'm
much.
chopping my penis off, it's coming from the top down.
I don't
you
think-
come from the side up. You're not going to get as much momentum. Think about
See,
the weight of the axe.
I'm getting way more. See, here's as much
what do you
momentum as I can
mean?
get from the top. Momentum from the side, I can go all the way from over here.
Dude, you're going to chop your leg off.
Well, I run the same risk of getting other body parts along the way coming
Yeah, but
from
you're
the
looking to
angle.
lose your penis. You're not looking to lose a leg. If you lose your penis, you can still run.
Yeah.
If you hit yourself in the leg, your life is really bad.
So what happened to this guy?
Penises, you know, like is that necessary?
So he chopped his dick off, and then
Did he take penis envy mushrooms?
are those a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, probably. He immediately
That was a mushroom joke.
had second thoughts.
I don't think I'm going to do that on stage.
And then where he was like Austria. It was winter.
Yeah.
So he went outside and there was snow outside.
Yeah,
So
and he
actually
froze his
He put
penis.
the dick in like a little
Oh, he
jar.
had a plan.
Kind of. He was also a crazy person who was on mushrooms. He ended up getting very dirty snow.
Oh.
The doctors did an amazing job because they managed to connect it, despite the fact that it was
Should have
like,
connected to his nose.
and it was like 9 hours
Dumbass.
later, which should have been too long
Yeah.
to do that. And then he got an infection and necrosis set in.
That doesn't sound good.
No, that's where your body part literally no blood is going to. It's a.
Oh, he had a dead penis attached to his. He had a zombie dick.
But they like brought it back to
They
life.
revived it.
This guy's available to fuck right now.
And he has a zombie's penis.
It's his own penis.
That's an OnlyFans.
Yeah, his penis is back from the dead.
That's an OnlyFans. That's like I'd rather watch him than colostomy, bitch.
Ooh, there's a no. I'm definitely.
Or what if they went out with each other?
Oh yeah, that's a power duo.
Right.
Put those two on the red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah, give those two a reality show.
And I know we got to wrap this up. Let me ask you one more.
Wow.
A elementary school photographer
Yeah.
was fired
Yeah.
on the spot.
Yeah.
She comes in to take the kids' class pictures
For taking photos of
for asking a student if she could eat his
asshole.
blank.
Eat his ass.
No,
Oh, eat his donut.
no,
Eat his jizz.
no.
Eat his poopy.
She said,
Eat his booger.
"Can I eat your soul?"
Oh, that's mellow.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
It's really not.
I mean,
That's a joke.
kids don't have souls. Everybody knows that. He's just
Right.
joking. Was it a woman?
Yeah, there she is.
Wait, she said, "Can I eat your soul?"
Yes, she did. First, she said, because the kid's there and you're like trying to make him smile.
Is it Halloween in that country right now?
No, this is our country.
Oh, right.
This is our planet. First, she
Greatest.
said, "Can I steal your identity?"
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty funny.
To which he said, "No."
And then he said, then she said, "Can I eat
your soul?"
She's joking, dude.
And then he said, "No."
And then
she goes,
and then he ratted her out.
And she goes, "Well, what can I eat?"
Wait, and now she's doing an interview.
This chick's living on the edge. Yeah.
Is she explaining herself to not be a crazy bitch?
I think she's saying, "I realize now that my actions were inappropriate."
Do ya? She should have an OnlyFans where she says that to you while you jerk off.
Can I eat your soul?
Yeah. That's horny.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good bedroom talk.
No
Can I
doubt.
eat your soul?
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, but wow. I think I just came. You know?
Who would you rather sleep with?
Yeah, go.
A 10 who's definitely really good in bed, or a 7 who is fully possessed and is definitely going to ask to eat your soul, but you have an absolute guarantee they're not going to take you with them to hell?
I'm glad you brought up that last bit because
That's very important.
it's very important.
I mean, you know,
'Cause
you got to be careful making deals with Satan. But
I'm down with the clown, but I'm not looking to go to hell.
No. Yeah.
I mean, these days, because I believe in God, it'll be hard. Well, I don't believe. Nah, because I believe God's got no affiliation with like demons,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the higher powers.
Hey,
are,
this
like,
is just metal, dude.
Yeah. Then hell yeah, the 7 that is like.
You go in the room and she's crawling around on the ceiling and her eyes are rolling back.
Could
and
she take me up there and bone me on the roof?
I sure hope so. Yeah.
Oh, I am all over that.
When she
and
comes-
she says, "Oh, take your soul."
When she comes, she's like, "You will never possess the Necronomicon."
Dude, if you say Necronomicon while we're having sex,
That's
I don't
horny.
care. You can be a 1. You can be a -2.
You can have a colostomy bag.
Nah, that's where I draw the line. If you have a colostomy bag, I don't care what you. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I know that there's a lot of people with colostomy bags listening right now, going, "Oh, too bad, Poopy McGillicuddy."
Yeah.
I'm not doing
If you're a
it.
member of the colostomy bag community,
Yeah,
get fucked.
You know?
We don't need you.
Okay, but we do. But I would need you to sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/EllisMate, where we do a lot of shows every week. They're live and they're just as good as this, full of wisdom, knowledge, and love. Okay, thanks everybody. Don't die.